Hello everybody, thanks for tuning in today. Today we're going to be trying to turn this piece of apple wood. It's about 9.5 and 5.5 by 13.25. And this piece, my friend Danny Harris gave it to me probably 3 years ago, something like that, but it's been in the dry for a good long while. And I cut it in half on the bandsaw, and either the blade was dull or this stuff's hard as a rock. It really burnt the blade up, but it's got a pretty big crack right there. I don't know if what'll happen with it, but it don't run all the way through, and it's not that running all the way through there, and that's a burn line right there. So we'll put it on here and see what we can make out of it. I hadn't never turned any apple. This is my first time turning it, so we'll see how it goes and let's get it going. Well, it's going pretty rough. It's hard as a rock, I reckon. Or either that, I didn't sharpen my chisel good. But got some pretty neat looking bark on it. Look like a woodpecker got a hold of it. Alright, just because of that crack, the word is, I'm not going to turn it on. I ain't going to turn it around, because as soon as I do that, this piece probably let go. So we're going to flip it around and just make a log looking bowl out of it. like we're getting into that cracked area right there, but as long as we don't cut through this and get into there, I think it'll be fine. And it don't follow through here that I see, but if we was to if we'd have cut that round, it would have definitely got in it, and on the outside of it, probably just been burnt. But we'll get this and turned out and sanded. And this here's the other half of it. And I've got it laid out to do a natural edge bowl out of it. So we'll put it on just a little bit and turn it too. But it has a little bit of cracks, and I think it'll be fine, but can't never tell. Alright, this one's feeling pretty good. It don't seem to be as rough turning, but it's got some awful bad cracks in it too. We'll just be careful with it. We're going to put a recess in it and do a little bit of sanding. We'll flip it around, start working on the inside of it. All right, we got it sanded pretty good. Got a few burn spots in it from the sander. That thing spins real fast, and this wood being so dang hard, it burned it, but I think it gave us some nice character in it. This thing, it don't look too promising, but I think it'll be fine. Get off here. Cracks are pretty bad, but we'll just be careful with it and hope for the best. And the bark looks pretty rough on it. I doubt that's gonna stay on. I kept as much as I could on the other one. I don't know about this piece here. It looks it's just right. It's lacks another 3/4 of an inch to the bottom. But these cracks don't run all the way through the bottom. I'm just looking how the cracks are running, and I think it'll be fine. Unless I just get a real bad catch and it flies apart that way, but I'm not going to stand in front of it. And we'll just hope I don't do that. But we'll get it on, turned on down, and do some sanding on it, and we'll get a finish on them here in a little bit. Alright, I got these things all finished up. This one finished at 9 3/4 across and about 4.5 to the highest point here. I sprayed a water-based varathane on these and sanding some more of the bark peeled off here and there, but I just felt like these pieces needed to stay on there. I didn't pull them off. This one ended up being 3.5 tall, 14 long, and 9.5 this way. This thing's pretty heavy. It's a heavy chunk of wood, but maybe a piece or two of this flaked off too, but finish how it turned out, it's kind of flat, not too shiny. And I almost put some glaze on it, but I changed my mind and I didn't. I just left it natural. But anyway, let me know what y'all think about this bark situation here. Would y'all pulled it all off or just left it like that? I reckon that's about it. I'll put a few more pictures of these things up here in just a little bit. And I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll try to get something else going here before too long, and we'll see y'all later. Y'all have a good one.